Hello, and welcome to ProVal Tech's channel. We are your trusted partners in providing quality tech solutions. Today, we're going to dive into a powerful tool, Datto RMM, and more specifically, the automation components within it. Datto RMM, a leading remote monitoring and management tool, is known for its robust and versatile automation features. One of these key features is components, the heart of automation within Datto RMM. To get to components, you simply click on Automation and then click on Components. From here, it will load the component library. Components are essentially the building blocks of automation in Datto RMM. They can range from simple scripts to complex sequences that allow you to automate tasks across your managed devices. Imagine you have a routine task you perform daily. Within components, you can automate this process, freeing up valuable time for other important tasks. Components can be imported, pulled from the COM store, or created by yourself. Each of these has a different function and allows you to have a unique purpose for each of these components. Let's take a deeper look into an example component to better understand its potential. As we hop into the component, we can see it loads up to a screen that provides us several different options for customization. Do note, however, if you imported a template or a component from the COM store, several of these options may be grayed out for you, which you can go ahead and make a copy of there in the top right corner, and this will allow you to modify the settings as it forms a copy of your own. As this is a template that we created here, we can go ahead and move through all the customization options though without having fear of limitations. At the very top we can see name. For here we put PUA tool, so that's our potentially unwanted application removal tool. On to the right of that we can see there's an icon. Here we put our ProVal icon. This can be any icon you have depending on what you need to fit your needs. Below there is a description and a level available within there. The description will be exactly as it says there. For us here, we just put, remove potentially unwanted applications from an endpoint. See the script for a complete list. Gives you a brief overview of what the script is doing and lets other technicians kind of know what it'll do if they're not familiar with it. And then to the right of there, you can see the level. The level goes from 1 to 5, and this can be either something that is very basic or something that becomes super advanced. So depending on what your needs here, for this we put 4 because this will remove applications from an endpoint, and there's quite an extensive list of things that it can remove. So it is pretty highly detailed. When you scroll down further, you will see category. Here you could see scripts, applications, or you could even see monitor depending on what you're doing. For us here, this is a script. So if we go down to script here, we can see that several different scripting languages are available. So this script was created in PowerShell, but if you script in another language such as Batch, Shell, or VB script, you can select that here and the engine will ascertain what is needed for that. As we scroll through the PowerShell, we can see everything within the script itself, and if we wanted to go in here and edit anything, we could simply go in and add things as needed. And we can see it'll actually pop up with suggestions depending on what's being used. Once we're confident with the script itself, we can scroll down and see several different other options. We can time out this script if it doesn't complete within a certain amount of time. Here we've selected 3600 seconds. If this component requires credentials, we can select this field here and then add those credentials as needed. We can then also customize the sites for it. If we want this to be only used at selected sites, we can select the option. Otherwise, if we want it to be available for all, we'll go ahead and leave it for all there. And then 2 final options with a third there for the post conditions will be variables, files, and post conditions. So variables are just exactly as you would see in other applications. These allow us to configure various variables for our script and then define within the variable field here what those will be. So we can see we have various options for booleans, dates, strings, selections, and then if we select those, various options for there, along with descriptions. So this allows us some customizable features within our script that allow us to have more functionality for them. If there were any files needed for the component, you could add them in here. Alternatively, you can use other options such as download file where you pull from an external resource, but if you don't have that available, you can always add it in here into files and reference it locally. And finally, you have options for post conditions, things that will run after the script has completed. So here we just have some warning text just to check for errors on our script. Once all is completed, you can go ahead and click Save Component, and that will save it for you. And that is a brief overview of the component library within automation, within the Datto RMM. Thank you so much for watching. We post a new video every week on Kaseya. To learn more about what we do, visit provaltech.com. There's a link in the description below.